Okay.
As we've talked about, most of the top teams in both regions have kind of separated themselves from the pack. So let's look at a little bit harder question. Neil, which team from both regions is going to be the last one in to state? Which one's going to get that fourth seed?
I think as we look at it now, I like Payson to sneak in and take the last spot in Region 7. And I hesitate on this one because I wasn't really that thrilled with what I saw at Lone Peak, but they did get the win. I think Lone Peak slides into the 4th spot. I think this team will rally a little bit about all the problems that they've had and what's been going on at Lone Peak. So I think they can sneak into the 4th spot and take that in Region 4.
Well, that Lone Peak win over Spanish Fork was big because I think those are the two teams that will be competing for it. I just don't know if I believe in Lone Peak. They had a game where they really needed to rally with some of the issues they've had. It was their homecoming game. They were at home. Yeah. I think that Spanish Fork is going to rally more be better over the last part of the season, and they're going to get that 4th spot for Region 4. I'm going to take Spanish Fork with that 4th spot. In the other region, I'm going to go with Springville. I just think that Springville's got more talent overall than Payson does. I think when those two teams meet, I think Springville's going to win that game.
Showed me and thus have other than the Tooele game. I mean, I thought they'd be at least competitive against Orem.
Well, I thought so too.
Weren't you disappointed in that?
Well, I was disappointed, but I think Orem's substantially better than any of those 4 teams battling for that last spot.
Well, I agree with that. They are better than most of the teams, but I think Springville's back to the weeks where they haven't been competitive. I mean, they weren't competitive against Wasatch. You know, they show up one week against Tooele, and the rest of the year they've been awful.
Well, Provo and
Tooele.
They haven't,
at least Payson beat Provo, and they've shown something to me.
But Provo and I just don't think Provo and Tooele are going to be in that mix. I really don't. I think it's going to come down to the Payson-Springville game, and the winner of that is going to get that 4th spot.
Well, and I think it will be Payson, and I'm usually right, so we'll go with that.
We'll see how it works out.